Previously on Restoration. Here's the good news. The team found the mole. The bad news? His bracer and the files were missing. Oh, and also he was dead. Cue the endless paperwork. So, Gwen.
Oh boy.
You wake up slowly and you feel kind of battered and confused. You see that you're lying on a camp bed in a tent and that Chaz and Sarathiel are nearby and that they're also starting to stir. Tent's clean, it's neat. It's clearly a healing tent because you can smell lingering scents of potions and you can see bandages and other things around.
Ominous.
So you see that there's a curtain that's drawn around another area, and you hear voices behind it indicating maybe a healer and an assistant are working on another patient. And you see Viernan coming over a bit unsteadily from a corner, and he looks rather green.
I sit bolt upright in confusion.
All right, make a constitution roll.
No, obviously that would be a bad idea. I'm bad at con.
Oh, who would have guessed?
He's a shrimpy little baby.
Oh, hey!
Hey, okay, good. You don't puke.
Nice! But I want to, right?
Oh yeah, you feel nauseous and you kind of wince as you do so.
Okay, I I feel that.
Just stay still for a minute, Viernan says.
Why would I stay still? What's wrong with me? I start frantically checking myself to see what's wrong.
Just give me a minute. Because Viernan looks quite green. It's particularly loud outside, and I think the others are kind of waking up similarly disoriented.
I'm trying to check for injuries.
All right, so I'm going to say I did some pre-rolling, and the order I had for waking up was Gwen, then Chaz, then Sarathiel.
Chaz would not be that disoriented. He'd be like, wow, this is more people than the last time, and then pass out again.
Okay.
And then he wakes up again, he looks at Gwen, he's like, no, wait, hold on, it's not that situation. I got it.
What did you think? Never mind.
It's fine. You don't need to know, it's fine.
How does Chaz look? Does Chaz look okay?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll con.
But do I see any obvious injuries or anything like that?
No.
From either of us?
No.
Right, as you're panicking, you're like, what's wrong with you? And Chaz is like, I don't know, I just woke up. What's wrong with me? What would be wrong with me?
Tessa, if you want to roll for Sarathiel now, you can as well. You're both fine. You're a little dizzy, a little disoriented, but not you're not puking, unlike Viernan.
Oh, my head. Oh. Where are we?
Sarathiel rubs his eyes what happened?
Folks, you can actually do a whiz save to see if you remember what happened.
This would be a whiz check for an attempt.
Oh, wow. It doesn't matter either way, because it's just straight zeros up here.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Yeah, Sarathiel, you have no fucking clue what happened. You're just kind of...
I don't even know where I am.
Yeah, you're dizzy, you're out of your element, you're just trying to figure out what's going on. Checking that you have all your fingers, basically. Chaz, yeah, you don't really remember what happened either. Gwen, you put it together pretty quickly as you calm down a minute and think about how green Viernan is right now, and the last time he went through a portal with you guys.
Oh, okay, so we just showed... Okay.
So you remember that you guys were out on a mission and a portal went suddenly drastically unstable as you were trying to close it. And it kind of shooped you all into it. So you don't know where you are.
Okay.
And you don't really remember the actual landing, but you assume you probably landed hard.
Okay, so and it was just another routine mission from App to App to close a portal.
Yeah, you don't remember too much before that. It's a little hazy, but it might come back to you later.
Okay. Oh, I like look around everybody. And I'm like, I think was it we were at a portal, right? We were gonna close a portal, and then something went terribly wrong. Like it started going wild, and I guess we ended up here.
Where is here?
Yeah, exactly.
Not sure.
It's clearly a tent, guys.
Yeah, it's a tent. V, are you going to be all right?
I'm fine.
Sarathiel gets Viernan a cup of water, or whatever is available.
I'm fine. He just waves it off. He's fine.
You look like an overripe avocado, Viernan. I don't want to put too fine a point on it, but you sit down, please.
I'm working on it. While you're fussing over him, a woman ducks into the tent. She's a human. She's rather tall, and she's kind of intimidating. She's got heavy plate mail armor on, but she did at least take her helmet off outside.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god!
She swaggers over, and that's not like the kind of thing that could be captured in a portrait on a canvas, but there's something recognizable about her face and about her armor, to you specifically, Gwen.
Yep. Do I know what it is? It's been a long time since she...
I mean, I guess would that be a wisdom check to see if you remember?
Oh boy.
Your brain, Gwen is just like, nope. This is weird. It's bad. I don't want to deal with it.
I mean, it actually does feel like a plausible explanation.
As she gets closer, you notice that a recognizable symbol on her armor, it is a star crossed with a glaive. And all of a sudden, you know, this is your mother.
I stare in abject horror.
Viernan notices that and is kind of like, what's up, Gwen?
I just big, enormous, like imagine his eyes just get anime enormous, big, just staring. And I kind of like wave Viernan off, like with my hand, like not right now.
All right, that doesn't reassure him.
Sarathiel's going to offer greetings, turns around, he says, "Well met, stranger. Can you tell us what happened? Where are we?"
Oh, I'm glad to see that you're all awake. We were rather worried when we found you out in that field. You're in our camp. You're safe. We're on the outskirts of the Evermoors, but you're safe. And anybody that wants to can roll I guess this would be history.
I do not want to roll that. I'll pass, thank you.
Chaz is going to ask, I beg your pardon, but who is we? So,
Chaz, like adult, you remember, it's probably just because your brain is running slow because of whatever happened with the portal, but you remember that the Evermoors are home to a lot of trolls and orcs that have a bad tendency to attack nearby areas. And there was relatively recent history, a big battle there to try to keep them away from the high forest.
oh, interesting. Oh, great. As he realizes, oh, that's where we are.
Being in this camp is probably an okay thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably not going to hurt you.
If it's anything versus trolls, the anything is probably where you want to be.
I'm just making small squeaking noises.
Viernan is definitely checking on you, like, are you okay? What's going on? And unfortunately, you're getting her attention.
I look at Viernan and I go, this is...
Okay, he pulls you aside because clearly you're getting flustered by her, so he wants to figure out what's going on a little bit away from her.
I'm hyperventilating, I think, as he pulls me aside. I'm just breathing very in panicked breaths
Okay, he walks you through some paired breathing, calm you down, get those breaths more normalized.
If you could give me a quick therapy session, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not like we're in the middle of a battlefield or anything. Come on.
Viernan.
Yeah, I'm right here.
I clutch him by his coat and hold him. Viernan.
What?
That's my mother.
Oh, he was green a minute ago and now he just goes pale. Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure that's my dead mother.
Yeah, we cannot be here. No.
Yes, we cannot be here. I start looking for frantically. I know we're at the end of the tent, so I start frantically trying to look for entrance. Obviously, it's not going to work.
Yes, your dead mother is between you and the entrance.
Yeah, I'm moving medical stuff, being maybe there's another tent flap, and pawing at the door.
Okay, just take a breath. You're not making this any easier. I'll get out of it.
I can't. It's, oh God.
Just take a breath. So the woman has just been kind of politely staring after you, but, just kind of making small talk, checking in with Sarathiel and Chaz, making sure that you feel okay, that you have water. Just kind of small talky, but definitely keeping an eye on the two of you.
Chaz is just like, yes, thank you for the water. How's the battle going, by the way? Are we winning?
We're doing quite well. We've pushed them back this far.
Okay, good.
Sarathiel says, so you found us out in a field?
Yes, I'm not quite sure how you got there, but I'm glad that we found you when we did.
You didn't see anything unusual around us at all?
Chaz, elbows him, stop it.
He's trying to be subtle. He's doing his best. Leave him alone.
No, we were a little too preoccupied with the trolls that were behind us at the time, but our scouts took care of them.
Got it. Right. Good. That's fine. It's fine. We are grateful for your hospitality and for your healing of presumably whatever wounds we had. Thank you.
Yes.
For that. Who am I addressing, by the way? My name is Sarathiel. And he does a sweeping bow.
Gwen is like, we have to go, and just starts shouldering through everybody to get to the door.
Wait, Gwen, what?
Goodbye.
Go where? Wait, slow down.
While this is going on, she answers your question, Sarathiel. I'm Stella, Battlestar. Commander Battlestar.
It goes right over Sarathiel's head. He's like, that is such a weird coincidence. Hey, Gwen.
Chaz stops what? Oh.
Gwen turns around and he's green again. He's just absolutely horribly green.
Sarathiel, head empty, no thoughts. He's like, isn't that your last name?
What?
That's such a weird coincidence.
Are you sure, Sarathiel? Chaz,
No.
Immediately, hides it with his body, that's so, I don't think so, no.
You misheard. That's not my name. It's not that. Let's go. Bye. It was so nice to meet you. Let's leave. I think I'm gonna grab Sarathiel by the arm and just try to start pushing him towards the door. I'm aware that's not gonna work.
Oh, you're gonna push Sarathiel? Sarathiel with his 18 strength? You're gonna do that?
I said I was gonna try. I didn't say it was gonna work.
Sarathiel is alarmed for the wrong reason. He's like, that's not your name? I'm so sorry, Gwynedd. What is your name?
Sarathiel, we'll talk about this later.
Bitter
fine.
Star. It's an easy mistake to make.
Butterstar? You're saying Butterstar? Are you sure this is the answer you want to go with? Sarathiel's gonna put this in his brain forever.
100%.
No.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh boy. So while all of this chaos is going on, her alarm is just creeping up. Motherly alarm sensors going off, not because of any of you being children of hers, but just this is weird behavior, and I command people. This is what I do. These are weird fledgling ducks just kind of quacking nonsensically after head wounds.
Oh no, she thinks we're crazy.
It's fine. We have concussions. It's fine.
We have concussions, except Sarathiel. He's just an idiot.
Right, exactly.
Viernan just kind of turns to her and reassures her. Commander Battlestar, thank you very much for your assistance and for your healer's help. Is there anyone who could maybe lead us back to where we were found? It's rather important. And she kind of looks at Gwen, who's kind of given the no sign.
Yes, definitely.
And Sarathiel, and Chaz just kind of there for the ride.
It's so true. It's so important. We have to go back and check.
We should leave. We need to leave. Now.
It's not particularly safe, but I suppose I could send an escort, but I really wouldn't want to just let you all go alone.
That's fine. We're fine. Thanks so much. Can you just point us in the direction? I'm right by the edge of the tent.
She leans over toward Chaz and Sarathiel, because even though a little dim, you two kind of seem the sanest of the bunch, along with Viernan. Is he always this squirrely? Is he okay?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's always like this.
Yeah, he's very high-strung. It's just all the studying. It's just so stressful.
I just glare at Chaz from across the room.
So it feels like it's part of his charm.
Right. I mean, I don't know that I have people I can spare, but I could maybe go with you.
No, thank you. You seem busy. You seem like a very busy, important person. We wouldn't want to take your time. I go and grab Chaz this time. And we must be on our way. So thank you for your assistance and just, have a nice life. Bye.
Chaz just vibing and gets grabbed like, ah!
Well, the others that found you, they're all out on patrol. It's not exactly an easy spot to find.
I'm staring at Viernan and Chaz frantically, like eyes starting between them, being like, no, 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 no.
And of course, Viernan is the only one that knows what's going on. Chaz has no clue why you are so anti this woman.
Right?
Sarathiel had empty no thoughts.
Viernan has the spell message, so he is gonna quickly, silently tell you, Chaz, this is apparently Gwen's mother, and we need to get out of here before we change the timeline and fuck things up.
Chaz immediately, ah.
Uh-huh. So just kind of play along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't bother telling Sarathiel right now, because...
Had empty no thoughts.
Chaz immediately channels his most business-like, oh, it is very kind of you to offer your assistance, Commander Battlestar, but really we are, I promise, I know he's a little squirrely, that one, but we really must be going, and thank you again for your hospitality.
Hey, I'm very normal.
All right, I'm fascinated that he doesn't want to observe his mother some more.
He's very much in shock, and also he read all of the real books repeatedly.
Sarathiel says, well, it seems like, you're the commander. It seems like you would be rather busy. It's not an imposition, is it? So
busy. Just definitely the most busy.
Gwynedd, don't interrupt her. That's very rude.
Chaz is behind, making the X, no, you don't understand.
Sarathiel stares at you, just absolutely uncomprehending, just does not understand.
Chaz sighs, of course.
Viernan's like, okay, this might just be the best way to get through this. Just have Gwen pretend to be mute and just go with it. I don't know. Bash him on the head? I don't know. Does bashing him on the head break my Hippocratic oath? Probably.
Don't hit me. I only have 30 hit points.
He won't. You're squishy, I know.
Chaz is just going to talk to him about math. He's just going to recite pi until Gwen calms down.
That would actually work.
Okay, so I have this really cool theory. Do you want to hear it, Gwen?
Is the theory about how we're going to get out of here?
It's about alchemy and all sorts of really cool things that have to do with magic and science.
While Chaz is distracting you, Viernan uses message to tell you, Gwen, what we're basically planning, which is try to ruffle as few feathers as possible, let her guide us out of here, and then send her on her way before we investigate where the portal was.
This is a terrible idea.
We don't have any better ones.
We could find it on our own?
Highly unlikely in the Evermores, unfortunately. I would rather not face a troll because we walked the wrong way.
I'm never gonna be born.
It'll be fine.
No, it won't.
Just take a breath. You'll be fine.
His question, in case you might have forgotten, he's like, it's not an imposition, is what he asked several minutes ago now.
Oh, no. It's hardly an imposition at all. We're taking a little bit of a breather before the next skirmish. Hopefully we should be able to do this well before then. We've had a bit of a lull in the battle, so it should be fine.
Well, I'm fine with it. I certainly wouldn't turn down an escort. And he looks big, happy, empty head, puppy dog face, and it's like she's offering to escort us. That's very polite of her, very kind.
It is. Viernan agrees with you very pointedly and just kind of keeps a hold on Gwen's shoulder, just roll with it. Just roll with it. If you need to, pretend to be sick.
Gwen just kind of collapses on the floor.
He's pretend to be sick.
Not quite what I meant, but it'll work.
He says, well, I'm certainly ready to head out. Is that a glaive that you have?
It is.
I myself am quite proficient with the glaive.
That's about all he's proficient with.
I'm also proficient with great swords. Thank you very much. All simple and martial weapons and all types of armor and shields.
He is very good with weapons. This is very true. Chaz amends. He's emphasizing weapons. Yes, he's very good at weapons.
I am very good at weapons. It's true.
Does she seem into him? Please tell me she's not into him. She's got to be married.
You don't know that.
She is married at this point. So she's flattered by the flirting, but, Well,
Viernan's engaged, that's all I'm saying. Sarathiel's willing to be a homewrecker.
Shut up. She definitely picks up that there's some flirting going on, but she doesn't really rise to it. She seems to just be genuinely helping you because she is kind. She talks shop about weapons with you for a while, since it seems to keep Gwen calm to have just Chaz and Fiernan talking with him instead of her.
Are we on the move as we talk?
Yes, yeah, no, we're heading out.
Definitely, Sarathiel Sarathiel is, he really likes to talk about weapons, and none of you know anything about weapons. This is actually a very rare occurrence for him to be able...
I mean, Chaz is an armorer, but okay.
Fiernan takes offense at that. He has several siblings who are very into weapons and also like to info dump.
Yes, but that makes him sick of it, is, I assume, the truth. Sarathiel gets to talk about weapons with someone who likes weapons.
There we go. He can be happy for that.
As they're walking, Sarathiel's pulling his glaive off his back. No, what I really like about the glaive is that it gives you the ability to reach. So you can stay out of the way of blood splatter, for instance. It's especially helpful if whatever you're fighting has toxic or poisoned blood.
Oh, absolutely. I know. I love a good reach weapon. They're, just one step down from a ranged weapon.
More useful, I think, than most people give them credit for.
Absolutely. Have you ever used halberds?
Oh, I have, actually. I don't have any on me, unfortunately, AppTap. And then he stops, single brain cell goes, hang on, we probably shouldn't mention AppTap.
Right, yeah, Chaz is like, no.
Unfortunately, my weapons master did not have one available for me to take on this out
quest.
Master AppTap, I've never heard of him.
Yes.
I look at Chaz and Viernan and I'm like, make him stop.
Chaz just sort of shrugs I mean, he's happy talking about weapons also.
He only slipped up once.
Right, and also that means you don't have to talk to her. So isn't this better for you?
No! Why can't we just walk in silence?
That's not how people generally work.
I don't care.
That's not how you work.
It is today.
He's floundering to come up with, because he has a pretty good charisma score, but Master AppTap, he doesn't really know what to do with that. So he's also we have an artificer, and he pulls God Eater off his back, who made this wonderful sword for me, and then he lights it up demonstratively, because obviously, I'm pretty sure she's going to appreciate a flaming sword.
Oh, you say an artificer made this?
Yes, this one! He points at Chaz.
Yes, it is me. I confess, one of my more fine works, if I do say so myself.
That's marvelous. May I? And she holds a hand out, if you'll let her hold this.
Oh, absolutely. Sarathiel is a good boy. He lets her take it immediately.
Oh, you won major kudo points. Oh, she's a massive nerd about weapons, just like you are.
Sarathiel is having a great time. It won't light up to her without... It requires attunement, I'm pretty sure.
But she can still admire it and see where the spells are and stored and stuff, which is neat.
It's a nice frickin' sword.
It's beautiful craftsmanship. You should be proud.
I am. I have an eye for beauty, if I do say so myself.
Stop it!
Chasmere is also going to hit on your mom.
Stop it!
And Chaz is like, oh god, oh no. I really like swords and men, and that's all. I'm so sorry for the confusion.
Me too! Sarathiel too. I also like swords and men. Chasmere, we have so much in common.
Oh my god, it's so we do.
You have to stop.
Chaz is trying not to laugh as he's looking at Gwen I'm sorry, this is just very funny.
It's not!
I know, it's not for you.
God, Viernan is just trying the hardest to keep a straight face through all of this.
He says, I'm also trying to train Gwynedd in some martial practices. It's going...
Gwynedd?
Yes! Gwynedd, remember we were doing the training with the rapier just the other day?
Yep, we were, but it was not that much. Look at that tree. Isn't that a good tree? That looks like a cool, a hemlock, you think, Sarathiel? What do you think?
I don't know what a hemlock tree looks like.
Probably.
Chaz is now very interested. His attention has been diverted. What is surrounding us as we walk?
It's probably a hemlock or an elm, or it's an ash.
Just listing trees.
It could be a ginkgo. Okay, it's just throwing it out there.
Not in the Evermoors. I don't think so.
How would we know unless we go check it out? And he strides off.
Those academic types.
Such a squirrely one. So, like I said, you are on the outskirts of the Evermoors. It's boggy, marshy, kind of icky, because that's what moors are kind of like in this world, because apparently Wizards of the Coast doesn't know what a moor is. But, there's a decent amount of cover. You do seem to be heading more toward a plain that seems to be between the Evermoors and the High Forest. You weren't found very far away, which was lucky for you. So you're actually getting pretty close to your destination now.
Good. Chaz is going to go off with Gwen to talk about trees.
Sarathiel's gonna keep talking about swords.
Just as an aside, she's like, Gwynedd, it's interesting. My son's name's Gwynedd.
That is such a weird coincidence, Sarathiel says, just going straight over his head.
Oh, God.
What are the odds that there's a young child named Gwynedd Battlestar and a person named Gwynedd Battlestar?
He's just like, okay, go check out that tree, Sarathiel, real quick.
I don't like
Please?
trees that much.
Please.
Okay. He walks off dejectedly. He was having fun with his new weapons friend.
I'm sorry about them. It's, I think everyone's just a little rattled. We'd like to find what we were looking for and get out of here soon, if we can. Are we very far from the road? And he gets information about how far away you are from the road, roughly where you were found, and she will do a much more dignified goodbye when we get a little bit closer.
Sarathiel heads up to you, Gwynedd, and he says, "This is such a weird coincidence, Gwen. It turns out she has a son named Gwynedd Battlestar. That is so strange."
That's my mother, Sarathiel.
I thought your mother was dead.
She is dead.
But I don't understand. She's right over there. He turns and looks at her.
She dies here.
I'm not sure. And then finally, he puts, wait a minute. This is a time travel thing, isn't it? And he says, wait, so this is the battle where your mother dies.
I think I haven't had time to really process this, so you see him, sort of take a step back and be like, yeah. And I think it's today.
Well, that's horrible. We can't let that happen.
We can't do anything about it.
We can't stop it, Sarathiel.
Why not?
You read the book. Did you read the manual? You didn't read the manual, did you?
I don't know how to read.
Okay.
It was very long and complicated with big words I didn't understand.
Sarathiel, we can't.
We're not allowed.
We can't alter the course of time.
Why not?
Chaz, just as a bit of knowledge for you, you would know that normally timelines of a party should be locked off. Your bracer or Viernan's bracer should not have been capable of taking you here.
Not only are we not supposed to, it shouldn't even be possible that we're here. We shouldn't be able to access this timeline because of Gwen.
So how are we here?
I don't know.
So as you guys are talking about this, Viernan loudly announces, "Oh, so did you decide what that tree is?" So that you have an idea that they're coming back that way.
Yes, it's definitely a ginkgo.
I was so wrong. You see, if only I read more, just like Gwen.
She's just kind of ready to be done with you guys. You're a little weird for her taste. She's concerned about all of your mental health. Not really thrilled to be letting you go, but you are in possession of a healer, and he does seem legit, if a little green.
Sarathiel is now very sad, because he now knows that this new friend he has made is going to die today.
Out of character, she doesn't die today. Actually, I don't even know the exact day, but it's not today.
Well, I don't know that. I don't really know exactly what she died, so.
No, exactly. You were a baby at the time, you just have stories, and clearly you are frazzled.
Sarathiel just kind of pouts. He's not lawful good, he's neutral good. And he's definitely in team, why not? Fuck with the timeline. It saves a good woman. Why not? There probably are, very good reasons why not, but he's, in 6, head empty, no thoughts.
Yeah. The team might not ever come together if Gwen doesn't actually go off to school, tiny little ripple effects. She will guide you over to the exact field, and she'll reluctantly leave you alone. Again, just because Viernan is with you and seems competent, and she trusts Sarathiel to be able to fight things.
Yeah, he's good at that.
You're not far from the road, so you should be okay, and they had cleared it, and they have pretty regular patrols, so you should be fine.
I think before she, actually, leaves, I'm gonna walk up to her. Just, you should be safe out there. It's really dangerous,
She kind of gives you "oh, honey, I know" look. But she sees that it comes from a good place, so she doesn't really comment on that. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope that you feel better. You seem to be a little calmer now.
I have to go. He, runs off.
She just lets you go. Sarathiel, it was a pleasure to meet you. I'm always happy to talk with another weapons enthusiast. And Jasmine, your work is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, darling.
You must send me a message. You can get a message to me through the army outpost, but I would love to commission a piece.
As you wish. I'm at your service.
She grins and claps you both on the shoulder and lets you go.
Take care. He calls after her sort of abruptly. He's like, you've got a son and that's wonderful. And be good. Go. It's fine.
Stay safe too.
Yep.
Gwen's definitely choking up.
V kind of hastily leads you over toward where she indicated the field was, just to kind of keep you guys moving and keep you from falling apart.
And Sarathiel pulls Gwynedd into a hug. That's his priority.
I hang on really, really tight because I'm just like, this is like unfathomably horrible. The worst thing that could have possibly happened to me.
This is a group hug the instant we are sure she's out of sight.
I can't. Did I do the wrong thing? Should I go save her? It just feels wrong.
No,
You
Gwen,
did.
can't. I mean, you could, but you don't know what ripples will change. Like what happens if you are never born or you become someone completely different.
He's already been born in this timeline, right?
Yes.
The only ripple that we know for sure would happen was that his mother would be alive, and maybe you'd never come to ApTap, and maybe we'd have never met, but that would make Gwen happier, wouldn't it?
Maybe they lose the battle. Maybe trolls take over Silvery Moon. We don't know what would happen.
You don't know. Exactly. That's the point. Sarathiel, we can't change things that have already happened.
Why not? Because we're afraid of some possibility, some vague, indistinct future?
It's literally what our organization was founded for.
Why have the power of time travel if you can't do things like this, if you can't help people who need help?
We do help.
Clearly not enough.
I'm just like sitting there like it's kind of like shocked silence. Like I don't even know how to respond.
I think it should be up to Gwynedd before any of us. Gwynedd, what do you want to do?
I mean, I read all the books. You're not supposed to.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, but you know what? To hell with those books. What do you want to do?
I mean, I want to save my mom.
Then we should, right? We can't just let her go.
And what happens if we get stuck here forever, Sarathiel? Or we get captured by trolls and then I get to be a slave because they like that? You know, it'd be the great irony.
What do we do if that happens when we get back to Silvery Moon? There's always some vague potential possibility of danger. That's what life is.
We need to find out why the portal did what it did. That's more important right now.
We shouldn't have been able to be here.
Sarathiel frowns, but like it's a chain of command thing for him. Like obviously he asked Gwen what Gwen wants. Gwen said, "I want to save her." So he's like, "Okay, let's fucking do it." But he knows his place. Like he answers directly to Viernan. He can't just say no. But he puts a hand on Gwyned's back in solidarity.
I like squeeze your hand a little bit.
Chaz definitely also gives you a hand squeeze on the other hand. I know.
I'm so sorry.
I just thought this wasn't supposed to. We weren't supposed to have to make this choice.
We aren't. That's why these timelines are usually locked off.
I think I just like shake everybody off, and I'm like, I just need a minute, and I'm gonna go and like stare at a tree again.
Sarathiel is very angry on your behalf.
He is very conflicted and feels like a terrible person right now, but he's doing what he has to do. Right now, unfortunately, his priority is the three of you. It's figuring out what is going on with this portal and getting it fixed before it flings other people into other timelines that they're not supposed to be in. So I think V kind of lets Gwen walk off and turns to Chaz and says, "We should see if we can reopen that portal, see if you can get any information on your bracer."
Chaz definitely agrees. He's like, that is the first thing I was going to do.
The two of you spend a little while. The energy is very weird, which makes sense for such an odd portal. So it takes a while longer than it should have, but you do manage to reopen it.
What sort of readings are we getting from this weird portal?
It's still a bit unstable, but it seems like it might hold, at least long enough that you can get through it and maybe close it from the other side.
Can I assume that nobody's been paying a lot of attention to me?
I feel like V has been keeping an eye on you at the same time.
Yeah, Sarathiel has been, like, watching, but, like, subtly. Like, if you start crying, he's gonna come over there and hug you again, but, like, past that, he's, like, giving you your space.
Yeah, I mean, we're giving you space, but we are not leaving you completely unattended. Sorry.
Because I think, like, I don't know, I guess maybe I'm hanging out at the edges as you guys do this kind of stuff, like, and I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do next.
And that's fair.
I'm gonna go over to Sarathiel and be like, did you really mean what you said?
He stares at you for a while and he says, well, I did. I did mean what I said. Here's the thing, though. I believe that doing the right thing can sometimes come with consequences. But I also think that if you're willing to live with those consequences, there should be nothing stopping you.
I think I might be. Would you help?
Say the word.
I take, like, a deep breath.
And at that moment, Viernan calls you over, because they've managed to open the portal.
He looks back at the portal and then back at Gwen and he says, listen, the technology still exists, right? Even if we go back, we can still return if we need to.
That's a good point. We could come back even earlier, where it's like, there's more time.
He puts a hand on your back and he says, on my honor.
I'm gonna, like, put my hand over his and just look him really solemnly in the eye and say, okay, let's do this thing. Not now, but later.
Chaz, you step through the portal that you and V managed to open, and you find yourself alone
Oh.
on a quiet street outside a garden gate.
Oh!
You turn around and you see the portal waver and vanish behind you.
Oh, no. Chaz is like, no, come back. Oh, shit.
And you are frantically pressing like every combination of buttons on your bracer. You were trying to get this thing back. It's not responding.
Oh, wonderful. Great.
So yeah, you are stuck on a country lane outside somebody's garden.
Well, all right. No need to panic. I am a highly intelligent person. I can just figure out as I go, as I have been this entire time. He's like pep-talking himself. I've always been alone. It's fine. I can do this.
So as you were calming yourself down a bit in your own unorthodox way by panicking, you notice that everything around you, even though it is well cared for, it seems to be a bit broken down or worn or just on the edge of becoming wild again. The house and the buildings nearby are not well constructed. They've been mended, it seems. But as you look down the road, you see like there's a new growth orchard and you hear somebody humming in the garden.
First and foremost, how far away is the humming?
You're outside the garden gate. You could probably look through it and see this person, assuming they're not like hidden behind foliage or something.
Perfect. That is exactly what Chaz is going to do. Investigate. Peer around like, what?
So they don't seem to notice you at first. They're just completely occupied with their gardening. But you lean against the gate and it kind of squeaks, and they look up with a kind of surprised noise. He pulls off his gardening hat and you finally get a good look at him. You assume that he's an earth genasi, since he has patches of copper and quartz veining his skin. And he looks startled to see you. Thought you said you'd never come back here. I figured you'd change your mind eventually, but naturally you'd wait till I managed to get the spell removed. And he kind of narrows his eyes at you. We should dig that up. Do you think it would make me swoon again, that outfit?
Chaz is just standing there, like, sputtering, like, I'm so... What? Oh, are we supposed to know each other?
You haven't aged a day, but that's, elfish blood. What can you expect?
He's, like, sputtering, like, oh, what?
What happened? You run into another mind flayer?
Another?
What's up with the Aptop uniform? We burned that place down like 50 years ago.
What?
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
What?
Chaz is like, what?
After they let Silvery Moon just get destroyed and they called it a fixed event or whatever that bullshit party line was.
Oh, what? Oh, right.
And he gets a better look at you. You're not my Chaz. You're too young.
That's probably very true because I have no idea who you are.
He looks a bit hurt.
Your Chaz? What do you mean, your Chaz?
Come on, I'll make you a cup of tea. It's not an easy explanation. My name's Algadon, by the way.
I would say it's a pleasure, but it seems like we already know each other.
So he invites you into his cottage and he makes you some tea and explains that some version of you and he were married. It was a while ago for him, but clearly it's early days or you might not even be who he thinks you are. He used to work as a groundskeeper at ApTap, which is how you met, and he knew that you liked the flowers in the gardens. So he always made time for you.
Chaz is just calmly sipping tea as this is being explained to him. I was wondering why you seem to specifically hit all of my interests. The flowers, the face. I mean, look at you. You are gorgeous.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, are you finishing my sentences now? All right. I guess we really were married then.
I've missed you.
Now, that's not fair. I haven't had a chance to know you yet, so I can't say that I miss you back.
I know.
I'm sorry that I'm not your Chaz yet.
Yeah, maybe it's better that you're not.
He tilts his head at that. What do you mean?
He left me trapped as a sword for 150 years.
What? 150? A sword? What happened?
Well, ApTap recruited me. I'm a druid, and we were out working on a portal, and there was some kind of unstable rift, and it was trying to...
Chaz immediately, he just puts his tea down like, oh.
It was tearing us apart, and it was the only thing you could think of to save me.
Right.
Which I do appreciate, by the way, but we didn't exactly have the smoothest sailing after that.
Right. How do you piece back together a body? That's right. Of course I would think that. Put the soul in a sword, Chaz. Good thinking.
Please. It really was. You did what you could. I don't want you to bear your own burdens when you haven't gone through that. It's fine. I'm fine.
After 150 years, you're fine.
I have a purpose. I'm helping to rebuild Silvery Moon. I'm working on the nursery here to help with the trees.
I do love a man with a purpose. It's true.
I know. Do you need anything stronger?
I wonder if that's a question I should be asking you.
Right. He goes and he grabs a bottle of whiskey to brace your teas.
Chaz is just like processing all this. He's making a mental timeline. Okay, ApTap burned down, boyfriend/husband, like eventually becomes husband, gets body torn apart, becomes sword to save his soul for 150 years. This is great. It's fine. He's fine.
I mean, to be fair, at least that way he lived a little longer, because Genasi are not as long-lived as elves.
You know what? Stop hurting me more. He's like, yeah, whiskey. That sounds really good right now, actually.
So he's obviously careful about what he tells you because, you both worked for ApTap. You know that fucking with timelines is a bad idea. But you can definitely see why you fell for him.
Oh, yes. Not to derail the conversation because you are, look at you. Ugh, I can't stop looking at you is what I'm trying to say. I've been trying to look away this whole time despite all the things you've said. And, oh, yes, okay. It seems that I am a bit stuck. Speaking of portals.
Well, I was never good with any of the tech. That was always you. But I do have some tools. Maybe you could tinker with the bracer and get it working again? I don't know.
It's just, this is the second thing. This is so weird.
Second?
These timelines shouldn't be accessible to us. I don't understand.
I don't know what to tell you.
I wonder what they're doing, since I'm the only one that disappeared through the portal. I came through alone, and I don't understand. I know this is rambling. I know you said it's more my thing than yours, but...
And you know that I always felt that going out in the clear air was the best way to clear the mind.
Well, you're not wrong, but let's see. If you said you had some tools?
Yeah, come on. He leads you out into a little garden workshop that he has. His tools are not as precise as yours. They're more for, repairing other gardening tools and things like that. He's got some stuff that might be useful. Maybe.
Every time they turn a corner, he's like looking around, like looking at all the plants and stuff and being real nosy. Like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that?
He is absolutely charmed because, that's why he fell for you in the first place, was the love of plants.
As Chaz is picking up a plant, wow, you can grow a stilby? That's so cool. They require lots of shade.
It's true. And you guys hear the crackle and whoosh of a portal opening up toward where you came from. Guess we should go check on that. We might not even need to use your tools. Come on, let's go take a look.
Oh, if we must.
I know, I'd rather spend the time looking at you.
Oh, stop.
Gwen, you and Viernan step through the portal.
Where the heck are we?
No idea. But, oh, there he is. Chaz!
Chaz, this isn't Silvery Moon. Where are we?
Well, it kind of is, but that's a longer story than you have time for, I think.
Chaz is like, oh, hello, both of you. Wait, both of you. We're missing one. Where's Sarathiel?
Is Sarathiel not here?
He's not... Shit.
What is going on with these portals?
I don't know. This is not good. Viernan is just ready to have kittens. This day needs to end.
Oh, by the way, introductions. My future husband, sort of.
I'm sorry, what? We're in the future?
Kind of. Yes. Yeah. No, listen, it's not important. You need to get back to your own time and find this Sarathiel.
We're not supposed to be in the future.
Right. Calm down. That's why I said we should not be able to access these timelines, but it's fine. We'll figure it out.
This has been the worst.
Shit. Okay. All right. Well, you've got an emergency portal left on your bracer, right, Chaz?
Right. Of course I do.
Of course, he heard Algadon talking about timelines, so he's like, okay, presumably you know about at least some of this, and I'm just gonna kind of roll with this weirdness. We really need to get back. I need to find Sarathiel, but maybe you can help me get a lock on him, and then we can just emergency teleport back. I can get him, and then you can take Gwen back.
Chaz is very reluctant, but still looking at Algadon and yeah, that's probably what is the best course of action.
Algadon looks conflicted as well, but he's former APTAP. He knows where you're at, kind of, in your timeline. Not exactly, but you still drank the Kool-Aid at this point. So he's not going to argue with whatever you feel is your duty.
Can I at least get a kiss before I go?
I thought you would never ask. And he pulls you into a chaste kiss, but only because there's an audience.
Right, exactly.
It seems like he's maybe a little bit more shy about this than you are.
Chaz just sort of sighs and it's like, back to business.
One more for the road, and he steals another quick kiss, but then does reluctantly let you go.
Oh, you're making it hard to leave.
Go before you develop feelings. Go.
Me? How dare?
He laughs and just kind of gives you a gentle shove.
Off we go.
We'll find each other again. Sarathiel.
Yes.
You step through the portal and you're right next to the others, and everything feels fine until all of a sudden it doesn't. You feel this tugging sensation and you kind of stumble out of the portal. You are back in the courtyard of APTAP, but it's not the building in Silvery Moon. You're at the original APTAP.
Right, am I alone?
Yes, there's no sign of the others, and similarly to what happened to Chaz, not that you know it, the portal vanishes behind you. You thankfully are underneath a overhang, because this is the storm to end all storms that you stepped out into.
He stares up at the sky and looks around and tries to just call out, hello?
Seems pretty empty. You've never seen this building abandoned, but it doesn't seem like anybody's here.
Cool. Well, he doesn't have a bracer, so he's like, well, I'm fucked. The number one rule of when you're lost is stay in one place, so you can be easily found.
You are seemingly alone. They're a massive storm. You figure, okay, maybe if I just stay here, Viernan or Chaz will find me. everything will be okay. It has to be okay. There's no way V is not coming to look for me. He's my handler. It's what he's gonna do, right?
I mean, I fucking hope so.
How is he reacting to being alone?
He was trained in combat pretty much as soon as he could hold a sword. His senses are honed, he's calm, he's still, he's got a control of his heartbeat as much as his emotions. He sort of folds his arms over his chest and takes a steady look around, keeping himself guarded, but not panicking, no.
It's been a thunderstorm above you. It's just kind of rolling in over you, and there is just a massive crack of lightning, like right nearby you.
He takes a startled step back, but past that, not a whole lot.
You think that you see movement across the courtyard from you.
Sarathiel reaches for his sword. If someone's there, I'd appreciate it if you announced yourself.
Hello, Sarathiel. It's been an unforgivably long time, but I suppose that's not your fault.
He turns toward the source of that sound.
There is an elf stepping out of the shadows nearby. He has long, dark hair and is wearing the most elegant, melodramatic cloak. And he has a elaborately embroidered waistcoat. You think this guy is probably pretty vain, but seems like he deserves it. He's pretty damn gorgeous, and that's coming from you, another pretty damn gorgeous person.
Yup. So Sarathiel sees this person and he feels like a tug in the center of his chest. He does not understand what that means, but he knows in the same way he knows how to look toward motion and light, that this person is inextricably tied to him.
So he did notice that you pulled a blade on him.
I mean, in fairness, it's no longer in an attack position. It's just sort of loose in his hand as he stares dumbfounded.
He just kind of snorts. That sword's barely a glimmer of what you should be wielding. God-eater, indeed. This agency has a terrible sense of humor.
What? Who are you?
He doesn't give you his name. Not right away, at least. He has the most piercing silver eyes, you notice, because he's right up in your space now.
Yeah, he notices, and then he keeps on noticing.
He's just completely confident, and he just runs a finger along the edge of the blade, and there's a tiny little bit of blood left on it. And you feel this kind of crackle of magical energy.
What is happening?
You don't remember me at all, do you?
Should I?
He frankly looks a little pained at that, and it feels like maybe a glimpse at a genuine face before he hides it. I didn't want to believe that file at first, but I'll get you free again soon enough.
File? He is struggling to put the pieces together. You're the one who was working with Alaric Drake?
Drake was an idiot. I told him not to read anything.
You know, if you wanted to introduce yourself to me, you could have just come up and said hello.
I think a few others might have had issues with that.
Please, tell me who you are.
You can call me Belantiel.
He repeats the name just to feel the shape of it on his mouth. Belantiel. What is this? This feels like magic, but what's happening?
It hurts to see you this way. It really does.
What way?
Stupid. Broken. Not like mine.
Yours?
We are twin soul.
What's a twin soul?
We are bound, Sarathiel. You and I.
I don't understand.
You are my destiny, and you were torn away from me. These APTAP agents have kept you chained.
He wants to open his mouth to disagree, but the argument sort of dies halfway up his throat.
They've done terrible things to you, and I will not let that stand. I will get you away from them.
What is it you intend to do?
It's not quite time for that yet. He reaches out and he touches your armor right over your heart, and you feel a sudden flash of pain on the suppression mark.
He reaches up to grasp at his chest and ends up grabbing his hand instead. What did you just do?
You'll understand with time. Yeah.
Oh, hells, it hurts!
It will be okay, I promise you.
He grips the hand a little bit harder, maybe knees starting to give out. Sword clatters to the floor.
He tries to pull the hand back because he's not trying to hurt you.
Sarathiel's reluctant to let go.
I hate to see you like this. My plan isn't ready, but oh gods, I've missed you.
What is happening? He doubles over eventually, and he does let go of the hand, if only because he's literally in so much pain that it starts to make his vision blur.
Yeah. He laces the hand through your hair and just calming. I will see you brought back to your former glory. I will see them pay for what they've done to you.
He cannot speak. He is in too much pain at this point.
I'm sorry that it hurts. This should be fleeting, but you'll feel better soon. But I need to go.
What are you going to do?
There is a crackle of portal energy nearby. It's violent like the others have been. He kind of looks conflicted, but just kind of gives you an enigmatic smile. Everything will be okay.
He just starts screaming.
And Viernan steps through the portal. He sees Sarathiel screaming, and he sees this mysterious elf backing away, and he doesn't like that. This is not good. And he just lashes out with a spell. You've never really seen him use offensive magic against people, but he just automatically casts the spell that he learned from his sister, actually. Casts Ray of Sickness toward this man, who vanishes before it can hit.
Sarathiel can't quite, he's not super aware of what's going on around him at this precise moment.
He immediately rushes to your side as soon as the stranger is gone and casts a healing spell on you. It doesn't quite get rid of all of the pain, but it does at least dampen it. It's not great, but you can maybe at least move now. And he tries to help you to your feet. What happened? Are you all right? I mean, stupid fucking question. Ignore that. Can you...
Get me out of here now!
Okay, come on. And he tugs you back through the portal.